It's been a month now that I've been using the DL30 Daicamping multi-tool. This is based, at least loosely, on the Leatherman Surge, but it's definitely upgraded with a 1/4-inch bit driver, and that has made all the difference in the world. Now, not only does it have the 1/4-inch bit driver, these are double-sided bits, and that's a big thing. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But it also has the largest pliers that you will see on a lot of these Leatherman copies. So definitely a lot larger than the Ozark Trail and Felissa and some of the other ones. Replaceable wire cutters, and on the outside we have the serrated knife, we have the normal knife, we have the scissors, which are very good, and then we have the T-Shank Adapter, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Now on the inside, not only do we have the 1/4-inch bit driver, but we do have the awl, a couple screwdrivers, and then this can opener, bottle opener, and the wire stripper. Now all this month, I basically have not found myself using hardly any of these tools. I think I did use this big screwdriver the most, maybe 2 times in a month, not very much at all. But I definitely use the pliers. I definitely find myself using the scissors and the serrated blade some of the most. So that has definitely been in use. And everything has worked really good for the past month. So I plan to go ahead and keep carrying this as my work EDC multi-tool, and I have added some upgrades that let's start talking about right now. Now, one of the first things let's get to is talk about the T-Shank Adapter. And the T-Shank Adapter is just a great thing that was on the Leatherman Surge. It's even easier to access on the Daicamping DL30. Now what I've done is I've added a little tiny piece of cardboard, and then one of you mentioned that why would you buy scalpel blades? You can just get the cutting blades from Bosch. And actually, I think you're right. So this is a T113A. I'll try to have links for as much of this as I can below. And this is for cutting soft materials. It gets sort of mixed reviews on Amazon because it's technically supposed to be used for a jigsaw, but it actually works really good in this T-Shank adapter on this DL30 Daicamping multi-tool. And I definitely was able to cut a bunch of cardboard with it. It actually sliced right through. I was really surprised how sharp this blade is. So that was something that was very surprising to me, and I was very pleased with the outcome of that. Now, when we look at these blades, you can see right here that they are too long for the T-Shank adapter to close. So these won't close all the way. You can see right here that they're longer than the frame. So what I simply did is just use my Dremel, and I cut off the end, and then it's very easy to close and keep in place. And I actually don't use the file like hardly ever on my multi-tool or the saws. So this will be the new blade that will replace both the file and the saw. So the saw is nice to have on hand, and the file as well, but it's just not a tool that I usually use. So this blade right here will be really nice, and it will essentially be the utility blade on my knife. Huge fan of this. Thank you so much for whoever pointed that out. All right, so let's move on to one of the most exciting things I found, and that is I found a holder for a whole ton of bits. So this is the Husky 37-point multi-tool screwdriver. Again, I'll leave a link below. I think it might be called the 19-in-1, but it comes in about $17. And this has a whole bunch of different size screwdriver bits. And it comes with this attachment right here that you can put right on your belt. and it's very, very easy to use. So I would say this is almost like the 1/4 inch Leatherman bit system. So this, I think to date, is probably the best bit system I've seen. And there are a ton of bit systems out there for 1/4 inch bits. It's just they usually end up too bulky. And I really like that these are double-sided, so you get a lot of value for your money. And let's go ahead and show you. So this is the one that comes with the Daicamping right here. And all these have the detent, so they snap into place, and it just works really well. So huge fan of that. So not only do you get this, the carrier, belt carrier, all these bits. I mean, just a ton of different bits right here. But you also get the bits in the screwdriver as well. So this is definitely the best deal to date. I will try to add some other similar screwdrivers I found on Amazon in case you don't have a Home Depot near you and you can't get this deal. I'll try to leave a couple links to some screwdrivers I found on Amazon that should work. But I found this at my local Home Depot, and this just hands down is the best deal I have found so far. So all these bits can work on your DL30. So just an amazing value. So I was really excited about that. I actually wanted to make a video last week, but I thought I'd better wait, and I had some more work to do for this video. But this is huge right here. Now, this right here feels a little, this is like rubber. So it feels like it might crack under heavy abuse. So keep that in mind. But someone needs to do a 3D printed version of this with like a removable belt clip like we just saw. Maybe that's something for Kristen Van Patten to do. But I would love to see a heavier duty version of this where you could easily take this on and off your belt. So as of right now, this is again the best I've seen, but I definitely do think this could be made even better, as is true most of the time. All right, so lastly, let's talk about pouches. Now, this DL30 comes with a pouch, and it's fine. It's just a standard pouch. I haven't had issues with the threads ripping out or anything, but I'm not a huge fan of this pouch in front. So when you get the bits in there, it's nice to have the bits, but it's hard to get them in. It snags on the elastic, and then you can't get the snap closed. So you have to. It's just not a great quick system. So I wish these like snapped into place, Velcroed into place, something that was a lot easier than trying to finagle it in this elastic pouch. So I had thought, well, maybe I can use one of my Gerber pouches, and the DL30 definitely works in the Gerber pouch. So we can collapse this and we can put this right in here, and then you can slip this in here. And then these are the saw blades that come with it, and you could even add one of these blades in here as well if you want to. Just do it at your own risk. But one of the things I have found is that this tends to fall down to the bottom, and then I can't get it out without really trying to work on it. So that's unfortunate as well. So either this needs like a pull tab, or it needs to be longer or something, but to fit in this pouch, it does sort of get lost about midway in the bottom, and then it sort of gets snagged and caught up on stuff, unfortunately. But if you're using this, then you don't really need a carrier for this. So if you can pick up this kit, then that opens the possibilities for all kinds of things. So you can use something like this pouch that looks very similar to the Leatherman pouches. This is the $5 pouch from Cabela's. It was marked down to $5. And then it fits this very nice. It's lightweight. And you have this right here. Big fan of the elastic sides on this. Now I do like that this has, again, the pouch for the saw blades, but this is really nice and lightweight as well for carrying such a large multi-tool. And so you can use it with Sog pouches, with Gerber pouches, with Leatherman pouches, obviously the Leatherman Surge size pouches. But you can also get and use it with some of these single mag pouches. So something like this I have carried, I've repaired a couple times. I think, no, this one maybe I didn't, but one of the pouches I had to. But this one actually is pretty nice to just fit on the belt and then take off again. And it's very easy to use. So I really like to use that as well. So it really opens you up to a whole bunch of possibilities once you transfer over to a carry system like this. And I think the DL30 is just an amazing tool for those who are interested in a heavy-duty budget multi-tool. As of right now, this is the best heavy-duty budget multi-tool I think you'll find.